sure what we have here today. Oh, got something from Lumsing. Lumsing has sent me something to try out. What do we have here? 5-port USB travel wall charger. 31 watt, 6.2 amps. Figure out how this opens up. Oh, it slips off. Let's see what we have here. USB fast charge. One thing about Lumsing, they package their products very nicely. I know that's not the top thing you're looking for, but they really do package their stuff nicely, which tells you they're decent products. Because all the cheap stuff is packaged really cheaply. That's a nice quality feeling device there. USB fast charge. So iPad, Samsung, iPhone, Android. I wonder if that all makes a difference. They're labeled. I wonder if that's just for kicks or if that makes a difference how they're labeled. Got a power pack. Now I do have AC power out here, so I can give this a shot. I'm always charging up my phone or something or other out here. So this is interesting. So you can charge multiple devices at one time. Support power supply devices with USB 5 volts. Oh, tablets, digital cameras. Ah, good. I can charge my camera on this. I'm always plugging my camera into my computer, swapping it out with something else. 5 volt, 1 amp. For your iPhone, smartphone, and other devices. Okay, so we have iPhone, that's 1 amp. And we've got 2 amp USB ports for iPad, tablets, and other high power devices. Okay, so there's your high power ports. Alright. I'll have to check this out and figure out exactly what all the 5 ports are. I'll take this inside later on, plug it in, and give it a go. I'll definitely be using it every day out here. Well, thank you, Lumsing. We'll check this out later on. Right now I'm outside using the daylight hours. Lumsing looks like they got some really nice quality products, so I'll give them credit for that. Everything I've seen from them so far is pretty decent quality. Well, now is a perfect time to try out this Lumsing 5-port USB travel wall charger. I have no room to plug in my cell phone right now. My 12-volt cigarette lighter plugs are all occupied. One with the very camera I'm recording this with, because for some reason the camera didn't charge up last night. And one with the DC power pack for my netbook, which is my web server for everything now. I'm going to be streaming all kinds of data live to my viewers. So this thing is going to be very useful if I can keep this wire out of my way. Let me unplug my camera temporarily while I do this. But this is going to be good because I have more devices to plug in than I have sockets to charge them on. So this couldn't come at a more convenient time. Now this is powered by an AC wall plug, which I do have AC, by the way, and I have a bunch of devices that need to be charged all the time. So this is probably going to plug right into my power inverter directly right there. I have the plug that powers all the AC in the RV. That plug goes down through the floorboards, under the RV, and up into the AC breaker box of the RV, the original breaker box, and powers all my AC power lines. But this other outlet is now going to be connected to my Lumsing power adapter here that has 5 USB ports, 5 outputs for USB power. So now I'll have a USB power station to power up my old cell phone, which I still use for uploading videos, my new cell phone, which I use for communication and answering emails, my camera, which is a power-hungry beast, and I also have a couple other devices. My action cam is USB powered, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple things that I'm always, all my power packs, my portable power packs for on the road are all USB charged. So this is going to be useful. So I'm going to plug this in here in a minute after I give a quick read to the instruction book and start charging up my devices. Now, in all fairness and honesty, doing this review, this is not a paid commercial, but rather just me testing out this product. The instructions leave me a little bit confused. Now, the charger here says iPad, Samsung tablet, iPhone, and Android. Now, it says in the instructions there are 5-volt, 1-amp USB ports designed to charge your iPhone, smartphone, and other devices. So that must be obviously iPhone, Android, maybe Samsung Tab. It must be these three, because it says 5-volt, 2-amp USB ports designed to charge your iPad, tablets, and other devices. And 2 are labeled with iPad. So I can only guess, because the instructions don't show and the device isn't labeled with 2-amp and 1-amp labels. So I can only guess that these are the 2-amp output ports and these are the 1-amp output ports. But again, I'm only going by, because it says here, it says iPad, Samsung Tab, iPhone, and Android, which is a little bit confusing because obviously iPhone, Android, and Samsung, I'm thinking, can be all plugged into the same ports. So I would rather have seen it been labeled 2-amp, 2-amp, 1-amp, 1-amp, 1-amp. So I'm guessing that's how this is. So I'm going to plug this in and try it out. Obviously, I don't have to reach very far to do so. And then my camera can be charged on the USB output. Now somebody was mentioned their concern one time, because I use cigarette lighter plugs to charge all my devices. These 12-volt cigarette lighter plugs, which are standard USB adapters, and they are just cheap little 12-volt devices. They're not highly regulated and not high-end plugs. Here's one that came with a Motorola phone that I had once, which I trust a little bit better, but the plug popped out of its retainer, which makes it awkward to use. But it is well, none of these are regulated. All there is in these is a Zener diode, which resists the current and keeps it down to a somewhat of a 5-volt, 1-amp output. So it's not a precise regulated device. So therefore, a device like this is a little bit more reliable, a little bit more properly regulated, and a little bit safer to charge your devices with. So I'm going to plug this in to my inverter. Alright, and we should have power. I don't see any oh, there's an indicator to show that it's plugged in. And then I can take my plug that goes to my cell phone, or my camera, which I'm now using, which is low on battery power, and plug in my camera, which you won't see me do, but I'm going to do right here in the background. And it should show charging. So my camera is now taking a charge as I record this. and my cell phone, which is desperately low on power. I have, can you see that? I have 11% on my phone, so I'm in trouble. Plug that here into, since I'm using a Samsung, I'm guessing that's the right port. Hope I don't blow up my phone. And plug in my cell phone here, and it should hopefully charge. Yes, I'm showing a charge. So now my cell phone is charging, my camera is charging, and what else do I have? My other cell phone. Oops, my cell phone's connection is bad. I need to get a new cell phone. Yep, I can plug in my other phone while we're at it. There's my internet phone. We'll plug this guy in here to the iPhone plug, and he should show a charge and immediately charging. There I go, got 3 devices charging. That's already gonna pay for itself. And charging all my devices here at the off-grid project. Now I've got cable spaghetti at the off-grid project. Well, thank you, Lumsing. It's definitely doing its job, so I'll charge these devices up, and I don't expect any problems. So, happiness. Well, first day of having this Lumsing USB charging port, and I'm already charging my internet cell phone the second time. It's down to 40%. All I had was enough to upload 1 video, and then I have to recharge it. My charging station, or my cell phone is faster than my DSL for internet speeds. The thing is hot too. It's really hot. This gets warm. I have to say, when I had 3 devices plugged in at once, these are just empty cables now, but this gets really hot. I'm sure as normal when it's pushing 3 amps of power out to 3 different devices. But it did get hot earlier. But it is, granted, it is 90 degrees out today. Anyway, it works. I charged up my 2 cell phones and my camera already, and I'm the second time on the cell phone. So this is really, really a helpful addition to the off-grid project, because I just don't have enough USB ports out here for charging devices. And it's mobile, it's pocket size, so it's convenient for on the go. If you're traveling a lot and you've got a bunch of these electronic devices, which is typical today, this is 1 unit to charge all your devices. It's a lot more convenient than carrying around all the power plugs and wall warts, as they call them. My new Lumsing USB power plant here is really getting a workout today. Now I've got my cell phone, this is my internet phone, on the charger. It's charging at 60%. I just put it on a couple minutes ago, it was 50%. I've got it on here for the 3rd time today because I'm uploading I'm going to upload my 3rd video of the day. And this thing gets drained each time I upload a video. So I'm really giving this a workout today. And it's doing a good job. I just put this on here maybe 10 minutes ago, and it went up 10% in charge. So I like it. I didn't know if I'd have a good use for it out here in the off-grid project, sitting in an off-grid RV, but having this many USB ports is very convenient, even considering I'm here off the grid. But when you have only so many, moth just went on my nose. Blah. But when you have only so many power outlets, 12-volt power outlets, in whatever your situation, and you've only got so many places to charge your devices, having, especially with everything being USB today, like your phone and camera and everything, it's very convenient to have this many USB outlets. So I'm quite impressed, and happy with this. Definitely going to be using this every day. Well, I just want to say this is impressive. I don't know if I'll see the time later when I look, but I don't think much time has passed, and it's already 80% charging. So when I process this video, I'll see the time. You'll catch it before I realize it. But this is really fast, actually. This is quite fast. Not bad at all. So I'll be able to upload more videos using this thing to charge my phone with. Well, I have to be honest, when I first got this Lumsing USB charging station, I didn't know how much I would use it in an off-grid situation. Just think, I'm in the middle of the woods in an RV off the grid running on solar power. And you wouldn't think that something that plugs into AC power in my inverter would be something I would use very often. But I'll be honest, those wires don't come unplugged from there now. And I've been charging my devices non-stop here with this. I've already charged my video cell phone, I think 3 or 4 times on this. This cell phone's going on its 2nd time, my camera on twice. So this is a very useful device, because my Samsung cell phone, the smartphone here, has its own weird power plug. So now I don't have to be taking this guy here, pushing it in the cigarette lighter jack, pulling out the previous plug and putting in a different plug and swapping plugs all the time out of here. Now I leave that plug in there all the time, and that's where it stays. And this is actually so convenient. I love it. I really didn't think I'd use this that much, but it's going to be a permanent part of my life now. This is so convenient, especially when you have so many USB powered devices as we have these days. Everything runs on USB now. Everything is charged with USB. So this is a good little product. I'm liking it. And it's portable and mobile. It's meant to be a travel charger, so you don't have to take all your wall warts. Well, when I first got this Lumsing USB charger adapter, which runs on AC power, by the way, I didn't know if I'd have a lot of use for it in an off-grid environment. But because I like it so much and it's charging my devices so nicely, it is now a permanently wired in part of my home office. See, I've put it on the side of my entertainment center with plastic zip ties, and neatly wound up the cable here with another zip tie and plugged it permanently into my surge protector there, which is plugged into my power inverter. So the Lumsing USB charging strip here is now a permanent part of the off-grid project. That's how much I like it. So thanks again, Lumsing.